Si quieren asistir a este video en español, clic en el link en la descripción.
Hi everybody, this is Thalles from Plugin, and today we're bringing you guys a overview of a calibration for a 2024 Ford Edge, and we performed the lane departure warning system calibration on this vehicle. And before everything else, if you guys want to watch this video in Spanish, Fernando will make this whole content in Spanish. So if you guys want, please check the link below and you will have access to this content. Also, if you like our content, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, and then you're gonna be the first to receive receive a message whenever we post a new video. Okay? Actually, I think he needs to click on the little bell, right? Also, again, I'm new to this whole thing. I'm sorry, guys, but click subscribe to our channel. Click on the bell button in order to receive a notification whenever we post a new video. Also, make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions, any tip, or if you want to just to interact with our community. And also, if you like this type of content, please click on the like button, okay? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let's start on it. All right, so as you guys can see, I'm with this 2024 Ford Edge, which had the cracked windshield. I don't know if I can zoom in. Let me show you guys. Yeah, it's not the best, but it's here saying cracked windshield. Let's advance. Let me zoom out a little bit. And then here, I don't know if we can see. No, but it's a 2024. I was just checking the VIN number. All right. And then I'm just showing here to you guys. Here, I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see, but here is where the camera is located. And as you guys can see, here are the two blue tapes that were used to keep the windshield at the right place, because at this point the glue was still a little bit wet. So in order for the windshield does not move to any other position and maybe affect the calibration, we put the blue tape on top to keep the windshield at the right place. All right, I'm showing, see, as you guys see, I'm pointing to here where the camera is located. And let me advance this a little bit. All right. So now I'm gonna have access to, oh, actually, first of all, I'm gonna connect the VCI. It's a little bit dark, but the VCI it's gonna be connected right here, down below where the steering wheel is on the left side, okay? All right, I connected. Let me move. Oh, as you guys can see here, the VCI turn it on. And I'm sorry if sometimes I say this interchangeably, but VCI is the cable that I connect to the OBD2, which is the port that we connect the VCI to in the vehicle, okay? So sometimes you guys gonna hear me saying VCI, but actually the OBD2 is the connection of the vehicle, and VCI is the scan, that the cable from the scan that we use, which in this case is Alltel. We use Alltel to perform our calibrations. It doesn't mean that if you guys are using any other type of brand, it's gonna be different. Only the UI will be different. Everything else will be the same. The measurements, the procedure of calibration will keep the same, okay? Just as a disclaimer for you guys. Okay, I'm getting inside of the car. All right. So now what I did is that I not just turned the ignition on, but also I turned the engine on in order to the whole procedure that I'm gonna need to do, which is the pre-scan and having to make sure that everything is right on the car before even start to work on it. The car could lose battery. Right here is not the case. This car is a 2024, but we had situations right when we started to work with calibrations where we had like some older cars, and then we were doing the whole procedure while the car was just with the ignition on and the car lost battery. We had to do a jump start and everything. So in order to avoid that, we always keep the car on the engine running position while we are setting up everything previously the calibration, prior the calibration, okay? So I turned the car on. Let me just change the angle of the camera a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. Let me zoom out. Okay, sorry. Let me move this forward. I'm getting famous on Instagram. I'm sorry, guys. Just kidding. But also, if you guys want to make me famous on Instagram and even Fernando, we have Instagram right now. So please make sure to follow us. Right there, we post some shorter videos about calibration and everything on this system, on this ecosystems of calibration. So if you guys want to check out our contents right there, please follow us on Instagram. My Instagram is Thalles Yuri underscore plugin, and Fernando's is Fernando Ramb underscore plugin. He's gonna post his whole content in Spanish, and I will post my whole content in English, okay? Let's keep it going. Okay, let me here. The car was just giving me a feedback that one door was open, so I was just closing the door before I started to do the whole procedure. All right, I'm gonna put the seat belt, safety first, always, and then let's grab the tablet. Let me move this down a little bit so you guys can see the tablet better, and that's it. Perfect. So first of all, I'm gonna click on this blue button where it will detect the car by the VIN number and it will tell me some information that I needed about the car priorly that I'm gonna do the pre-scan procedure, okay? So actually I didn't need to type this. The machine gave me it automatically, so I will just type this little button right here in order to do the pre-scan of the car, okay? Or have access to the pre-scan menu of this car. All right. And then I'm going to click on Ford, not Ford EU. This is for cars that are not uh, being used in the US, maybe, or for the cars that are being used in the Europe, okay? And then here as a procedure on this pop-up that shows right here, this is the name of the file where you're gonna attach your report. And for us, we always put the license of the vehicle dash the date. Okay. If you guys want to use another type of another type of file of name file for this report, you guys can do it. This make it easier for us to check which vehicle will work and when, and if we have the same car in two different dates, that's why we put the date on it. Okay, perfect. Let's advance this part a little bit. Okay, I'm just checking. Let me move this a little bit so the my cell phone doesn't bother you guys too much. All right, here I'm typing the. All right, the date. Perfect. And then it automatically detected the VIN, and now, oh, I'm just getting I'm just getting to learn a little bit better about the control of this software. Sorry, guys. Okay. So now I'm gonna hit fold scan that I got access to the pre-scan. So let's move this a little bit forward. Then fold scan, and right here it will ask me for the license plate. So I will put the license plate and the odometer of this car uh, down below, okay? So let me advance this part a little bit as well, as you guys don't need to know about this part because it's just writing down some information. Then I check the odometer. Let me advance it as well. And let's hit OK. Right now it's gonna do the full pre-scan of the car, and it will ask me if I want to attach any photos on this screen right here. There we go. And me and Fernando, we have another software where we attach the full pictures of the car, pictures that we take before we take the car, and pictures that we take after we return the car. So we will not attach here, but if you guys want, you guys can attach. And if you don't have any other software, it's a good advice to always attach pictures of the vehicle because sometimes some scratch can appear. And if it was not you, you're gonna be safe because you have pictures and documentation about the car. Okay. All right. So I hit a no, and let me just go back here a little bit. And now to get off the pre-scan menu, I'm gonna hit this little icon right here at the top, which has two cars, one above the other one, and an arrow pointing down. Okay, and I hit a yes. And right now here, you can have access to the all previous cars that you are already worked on. So this is the last one that you work, and then this is the previous, and then so forward and so on. And for accessing back the car, you can either click on the whole square. This will bring you to another screen where you can uh, tap diagnostic, and then you're gonna have access to the post scan menu, or you can type this little blue circle right here with an icon with a little car on it, and this will give you the direct access to the post scan menu. Okay, so yeah, and then I type it here, diagnostic, as you guys saw. And let me advance this part a little bit. And now, oops, let me go back. And now here we are at the post scan menu. What we're gonna do is that we're gonna click on ADAS calibration icon. So let's have access to the ADAS calibration menu. And right here is showing all of ADAS that we are able to have access to, and here the ones that we are able to calibrate. On this case, we are only able to calibrate the front recognition camera. Okay, so let me advance this, and as you guys can see, there's a little fault here on on the on the lane camera, but I believe it's because they disconnected the camera eventually while they were replacing the windshield. But it's a history code. I'm gonna be able to erase it real quick. Okay, let me advance this a little bit more. So here's an error on vision system camera, but I'm gonna hit erase, and then I was able to successfully erase. But anyways, I will perform the calibration because the windshield was replaced, and it's a requirement to do a ADAS calibration whenever you replace the front windshield, okay? Perfect. And here's gonna ask the reason why I want to perform the calibration is because we either replaced or repaired the front windshield. I don't know if you guys can see really well, but here, this is what it's telling right here. So we're gonna select this little square on the side and hit OK. And then hit OK again. And here is showing some steps. If you guys want that, if we bring you guys this screen and talk a little bit more about it in depth, please comment below so we can bring you guys this type of content. And also make sure if you guys like this type of video, click on the like button, and also subscribe to our channel. And then if you guys want to have notifications whenever we put a new video on it, just click on the bell button, okay? All right, let me advance this a little bit. Okay. Okay, here I'm just reading a little bit about the instructions. Let me advance this part. I'm sorry, guys, if I'm advancing too much, but I'm trying to make this more interacted in order to not keep you guys here for a longer. Just trying to bring you guys the knowledge you need to perform the calibration with no other words and just trying to be more direct. Okay? Okay, let me advance this a little bit more. More. Okay, I think I'm reading the whole thing. Okay, now I hit it okay, and now stop it. Okay, perfect. Now is a good time. Why is not stopping? Okay. Now is a good time to show you guys that here is telling turn ignition switch to the on position, and then the engine is not running. So what I'm gonna do right now, because previously, as I told you guys, I left the car with the engine running so it would not lose battery. Right now, what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna turn the full car off and then turn only ignition on. For this, you're gonna need to press the push start button only once, okay? Without touching the brake, because if you touch the brake and like hold it, if you press the brake, I mean, you're gonna turn the ignition and engine on, okay? All right, here I'm just explaining this. Let me advance this a little bit more. Okay, here I'm advancing to hit okay. And here is just telling the measurements for uh the side, the height from the arc of the driver's side, like to the floor, all the way to the arc above the wheels on both sides, okay? Right here is telling 834, which is the right value. So I'm gonna hit OK, okay? And then here is asking me to start the engine. I don't know if you guys can see really well, but now I can start the engine. So I did this whole process with only ignition on. Now I'm gonna start the engine. So I will turn the engine on and then hit OK. So I just left the tablet to the side. Let me advance this part. Okay, let me advance right here a little bit, just so we can check at what point we are. Oh, sorry guys, I advanced it too much. So now I'm gonna put the car on a driving position and then start to drive the vehicle. So as you guys are not able to see the dashboard panel right now, but when you start the calibration, the amber light showing that there is a problem with your vehicle will show up on the dashboard. But please don't be afraid. uh, while you are performing the calibration, this light will be there, but as soon as you finish the calibration successfully, the light will disappear. And the tablet will even ask you if you got this feedback from the dashboard, and then when you type yes, it will say that the calibration was done successfully. So don't be afraid. While you're doing the calibration procedure, the error will fire up on the dashboard always, because the camera is unlearning the previous calibration or the previous uh, measurement that it was there before, and now we will learn a new calibration measurements and standards. Okay, so now I'm gonna start to drive the car. Let me see if I'm able to see the dashboard. I'm sorry guys, we're not able to see it, but there's an error showing on the dashboard right now. Okay, let me advance this. Now I'm gonna start to drive the vehicle, and now it's not like a big secret. Always keep driving and checking always on the side your tablet, just to make sure that the percentage is at 100%. Always the tablet will give you a feedback of, always no, actually for the Fords, GMC and some other brands, the targets will give you a feedback while you are performing the calibration. From some other models or makes as well, the tablet will tell you to check on the dashboard, and the dashboard will give you the feedback. Okay, so let's advance this a little bit. Now I'm just driving the car. You guys don't need to see these parts. Okay, right here I'm having access to the freeway. And then here I'm telling that the tablet is giving me a feedback of 43% of the calibration. So we're good. We're still keep going. And then let me advance this part. And then we can check out the view a little bit. As you guys can see here. Oh, sorry. And then here, oh, let me pause here. Just let's see if we can check this. Yeah, we cannot read it, but as you guys can see right here, we have a blue line, which is a loading line that is gonna be, it's gonna start with nothing, and then it's gonna keep loading and increasing while we are doing the calibration until it hits 100%. Okay, so you can always like look to the side safely and then check on which point of the calibration you are. Okay, let me advance this a little bit more. Okay, let me go here And then let me look back to the view. Okay, let me advance. So now what I'm doing is just driving the car and waiting until it gets to 100%. Then I'm gonna bring the car to a safe place. Let me advance this a little bit more. Here. Okay, I'm still driving it. And just by as a disclaimer, I drove this car i- in the freeway for a little bit and also inside the city for another while in order to perform the calibration. I was able to perform driving on these two types of location. Okay, the calibration goes better when you're driving on the freeway, but also if you can do only a mist type of way, you can do it so, and your calibration will be performed well. Okay. All right. Let me. Here I'm just driving back. Oh, I think at this point right here. Let me see. There we go. And here I was telling you about I was talking to the camera and telling about the green light because right now it's showing a green light on the dashboard showing that everything went good. Sorry if you guys cannot see really well, but that was good. The calibration was performed well. Let me advance this a little bit more. All right. Still driving the car. And then let me move forward a little bit until I bring the car to a safety position. Here, heading back. Oh, and now I'm gonna pick up the tablet. All right. So we're just good to return the car, put it on the parking position, take the seat belt off, and then as you guys can see right here, calibration successful. So even though I had to drive inside the city and also on the highway, I was able to perform this calibration really well. The light that was on the dashboard while I was performing the calibration disappeared, and then it asks you if the light disappeared. You will hit yes. If so, if not, you will hit no, and then you have to redo the calibration. But on my case, everything went good, and now I'm having a successful calibration. The next step will be to only do a post scan, attach the screenshot that I'm gonna take of this screen right here, and then return the vehicle safety. Yeah, guys, that's gonna be it for today. If you guys like this type of content, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, comment on the comments below, and then also click on the like button if you guys like this type of content. And if you want to receive notifications about our contents whenever we put a new video on, please hit the bell button and also be aware to always stay plugged in. Okay, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you guys on the next time. Bye bye.